welcome to The Last of Us. The Last of Us review. I just finished this game. It is easily probably one of the best games I've ever fucking played in my life. Now, y'all probably wondering, oh dude, did you play the okay, so did you play all of it? I mean, you got the remastered version, so more than likely you got the DLC pack for like the Left Behind. You know, like, didn't you play that? Like, wasn't that good? Or, thing is, guys, I played the multiplayer first. Then I played the single player campaign, and both are very fucking good. And the only now I will be playing the Left Behind DLC, but which you can definitely see on the back of this game. Game case it. I will be playing the Left Behind DLC. I won't be playing it for quite a while because I've been playing the Last of Us for a while. I have not touched Until Dawn yet because I have a lot of games on my motherfucking hands, and like I got Rise on Rome, I got Ruby Grim Eclipse, I still got fucking Borderlands to play and record, which I really want to, but fuck it, I just can't because I just barely got any motherfucking time on my hands. I got motherfucking Mass Effect, Andromeda. Now I got this. You have no idea how many motherfucking games I still want to beat. I still got fucking Dragon Age. Still got friggin' Life is Strange. I got friggin' Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, I still got Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, I still got Skyrim. I got lots of fucking games on my hands. It's not even funny. Oh yeah, and I still got Sword Art Online, Hollow Realization, and then I got PlanetSide 2, which is a multiplayer only game by the way, which is basically what I'm gonna be playing on my PS4 if I'm like just fucking around. Um, but we're not here to talk about Until Dawn. We're talking about The Last of Us. This game won over 200 Game of the Year awards, which is a lot. This game was made by Naughty Dog, the guys behind the Uncharted series, Jak and Daxter, and that's really cool. I really cannot, I really cannot believe I got this. Like, I remember watching a walkthrough of this back in when the game first came out. I remember watching the entire walkthrough of it. I think it was like back when I was into the Rab Rat, I think, and the guy was like, dude, and just it was just an awesome game. I really wanted to play it, but I didn't have a PS3. I only had a 360 at the time, and then Xbox One came out. I got it like a year later, and shit and everything. All that. Last of Us. Now, y'all probably wondering, what are my thoughts on the game? Well, let's go over the game first. The story behind it is that the game starts pretty much right off the fucking bat. It starts off with basically the main character, the main protagonist of the game, Joel, witnessing the apocalypse uprising. Now y'all probably wondering what the fuck is with the apocalypse. Like, it ain't like your typical zombie apocalypse. You know, Naughty Dog actually went into like a real world thing called cordyceps. That affects ants and all kinds of animals and shit in the plants and everything in the fucking jungle. Now, in The Last of Us, this is more like a what if scenario. Like, what if the cordyceps actually fucking, got to humans and made us turn into all this turn into these fucking zombies, people eating shit, and I love the idea behind it because it just makes it makes zombie outbreaks in fantasy in fiction fresh again because nowadays you got fucking viruses causing shit like in Resident Evil with the T virus, same shit with Dead Island, Dying Light, like, and besides back in the day though, like it was all about zombies coming up from the ground, and now it's just like viruses, and I think taking from inspiration from Last of Us is taken. We're probably gonna get a lot more, uh, nature gone wrong type of scenarios because The Last of Us was a huge fucking hit, and I wouldn't be surprised. But if people start doing what it did, but again, has Joel witnessing the apocalypse firsthand, and his tragic loss around at the end of the prologue. I'm not gonna spoil it, but Jesus, that easily is probably one of the saddest video game deaths I've ever seen in my life. Now there are deaths that happen later on because it is a rated M for mature game. It's an apocalypse, setting and everything. So obviously people are gonna die in the game, but nothing got me hard with the very first death. Now, then the game does a time skip 20 years after the day of the first outbreak, the day of the outbreak, and first day of the outbreak, and this is where our story begins. Eventually, in still around the beginning of the game, you meet this girl named Ellie. And involved with her is the key to, and with her, somewhat is involved with the key to the probably the last hope of humanity. So throughout the game, you're basically playing as Joel or Ellie occasionally, because there is an entire segment where you play as her, and it's basically like the revenge you're going through. Now I ain't spoiling the story. I just want people to know about this for people that haven't even played The Last of Us yet, and makes a lot of sense. Now what am I gonna be saying? Well, I'm gonna be saying this. The game, it can be intense. Lots of intense. Okay? Now, ain't it obvious? That guy is Joel, and there's Ellie with the rifle on the cover. Now, all I gotta say is the story, it's freaking amazing. Now where y'all's now I ain't gonna be saying much about the story because if y'all haven't even played the damn game yet, then y'all are gonna be spoiled. Now I know most people have already played it already. There's freaking people that are like over the level 900 in multiplayer. So, but these are just this review is gonna be for people like who haven't even played the game yet, or for people that just want to know about my thoughts about The Last of Us. The Last of Us, though, story mode, it's amazing. I love the bond of Joel and Ellie and how it develops over the course of the game, and you'll definitely see that, and even other characters too, like that as you see that either them that you meet up later, or some people that Joel even knows, like his brother Tommy and freaking good old Bill, who's unstable, but he's a badass and a well prepared one at that. Now, what can I now since it is a video game? What can I say about the gameplay? The gameplay, it's it just it's probably just as good as the main story. It's a third person shooter, but it does have its action elements, like where you're running away and shit. But there is the stealth mechanic. Now there are tons of times where you're gonna have to, like, you either want to sneak your way out of there without wasting any of your ammo, or any of your supplies, which you could save for like the much later stuff. I mean, you're probably going to be doing that shit a lot once you beat the game, so you won't have to die, and a lot of times at like a certain point, which is kind of like how I did with Resident Evil 7 when it came to Madhouse mode, and even that I still died a lot. And with the control scheme, the control scheme, I have no idea why, because I actually played the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection on the demo on PlayStation 4, which did, like, it was basically just having us go through a chapter of the second game. And I have no idea why, but the controls are kind of similar in a way. I haven't played the demo in a while, but from what I remember, they do kind of feel similar, or they probably are similar in a way or something. And that's the case. It makes sense since both games were developed by Naughty Dog, and it makes a lot of sense why. All I gotta say, the controls are pretty amazing. If you're new to PlayStation 4, it will take time to get used to, but I mean, there were times where I actually pressed something, uh, and had no idea what the hell I was doing at times. Like, I was kind of stressing out a bit because of how the controls work, but they still work very, very well once you get the hang of the controls. And there is a crafting system where all you gotta do is press this, and you'll go into your inventory, and because there are things that you can pick up, like alcohol, wraps, scissors, sugar, and explosive bags. That with all this stuff, you can craft, either meta kits, an upgraded melee weapon, a a freaking I forgot what Bill called it. It was the bomb that he made. Um, where if you get where it's basically like a bomb, but it's like a mine too, where if you go close to it, it'll blow you up. So it's basically like a mine. There's also smoke bombs where you can throw at the enemies, so you can get at them, and just straight up murder them without them even noticing. And even you can even make Molotovs and a meta kit. Now, I did play. I'm gonna be honest, like I do with every video game, I did play on easy difficulty. But even with that, I still died a bunch of times, because there were times where I actually got stuck at a certain point where I actually felt like I really need to sneak through without getting noticed. Like, there were times where that happened. Um, so I can understand the stealth, like the importance of stealth. And I did, and even though on easy difficulty, yes, it gives you a shitload of, of this stuff, and the harder difficulties rarely do, and you're gonna be dealing with a shitload of just straight up trouble. Uh, just like Resident Evil 7 did with its Madhouse mode. Uh, but it still was pretty challenging at times. But the reason why I always play on easy difficulty is because when I first play a game, I just want to enjoy it for the narrative experience, the story and everything. That's why I always play on easy difficulty, because I'm really interested in the story though, and I really do love the gameplay. The gameplay is amazing. Does a damn good job. Like the game, like I said, with the gameplay is as good as the story. The reason why I say that is because where you're in hand-to-hand combat, where you're like tapping square all the damn time basically, and do like some of these different moves, even smash someone's head on the freaking wall and shit. It always feels intense, and it always feels so damn satisfying, where you're just punching the shit out of either a runner or a live human being. It is freaking satisfying either way, and it's just awesome. I gotta admit, the you really, I forgot what I was gonna say. I just cut it out right there. Now, again, the game story is amazing. The characters are great. I love some of the characters, man. It's fucking Tess, man. I have no idea why, but why does Tess look like fucking Sigourney Weaver? Or I don't know, like Tess, like she reminds me like when I first saw her, like she either looked like Sigourney Weaver or Jamie Lee Curtis. Some shit. I don't know. Like she reminds me, because her face just instantly just made me recognize her. Like, is she Sigourney Weaver or some shit? I have no idea why. Like she reminds me of somebody. But either way, like the AI, especially your friendly AI with Ellie and certain other characters like Bill, and Tess and Tommy, Henry, like they are fucking awesome. Okay, they will help you out and they get shit done. Oh my god, I love the AI in this game. They just like. And what I love about, if I had to really go into detail about the Cordyceps infected, you got your obviously runner type zombie things. There are there are variations. Like you got the very creepy and instant kill motherfuckers, the clickers. Those are one of the major enemies in it. And whenever you do encounter the clickers, you better watch your ass, and you better have shivs. You better have like 3 shivs and have them upgraded. You're gonna because they're gonna be in the game a lot. You better have your shivs upgraded. You better have 3 of them at all times, because these things have that fucking xenomorph from Alien Isolation instant kill. I know Alien Isolation came out like a year later, but I'm just saying, because they're similar. And then you got the bloaters, which rarely appear, but are freaking hard at times. especially the first one you do encounter, because you really do feel the full potential from the bloater, the very first bloater that you confront. You go near the fucker and just to pull out your newly equipped shotgun, you're gonna get fucked immediately. He'll grab you and just kill your ass. It's fucking brutal when you first see it. Just stick to your pistols and your rifles, and you'll be fine. Just a fucking awesome game. I don't know what else to say. There are collectibles too, like the comics that Ellie's reading, which I just hope to God, I like the whole Savage Starlight shit. Like, you do pick them up, you do examine them, and even Ellie does bring up one of them in the after you leave Billstown. I'm just sitting there like, some tells me they're gonna make an actual comic of this shit. I'm not even joking. Yeah, and there are the Firefly pendants and these notes and everything, which are all pretty interesting. Especially the ones around the end of the game when you're at the hospital. Always pick every damn note and recording up. Okay, I'm just saying because they're kind of, at least one of them is really important about the details of like why and this and that around the end of the game, which I do highly recommend picking up during the end of the game. Now, what else is there to say? The characters are amazing. The story is great. The graphics, at least at the time when the PS3 was out, like, it was pretty damn good. But since I got the remastered version of The Last of Us, they look real damn good. I'm just wow. And Troy Baker does a damn good job voicing Joel. Now that I kind of think of it, how many fucking characters has this guy even voice acted? Like, Troy Baker, like, the guy voices a shit ton of people that it's like every damn project he's done with, he's always moved on to another one and voiced another character. This motherfucker does not get a break. Like, he's voiced a shitload of characters. And I'm surprised, like, a lot of them don't really sound the same, because like I remember Troy Baker voicing one character that I hear him like voicing Joel. You can barely even tell the difference at times. This motherfucker's good. Now, I'm pretty sure there are characters you can definitely recognize his voice with and compare it as being the same in like different games. Again, like The Last of Us or some shit. But there were games where I'm pretty damn sure his voice was just different. Because I remember when I first found out about like the amount of voices he did in video games, and it's fucking crazy. But again, Troy Baker, awesome dude. Like, the amount of voices he's did, man, is insane. Again, The Last of Us, the single player campaign is easily a 10 out of fucking 10. The story is amazing. The relationship between Ellie and Joel is just awesome. The character development is amazing. And the strategic gameplay is really smart. Especially if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you really have to play it smart. There's a fucking section where you really had to use stealth. Like, there's a part where you only have your fucking knife, and you have no guns or anything. You have to hide from this dude that's hunting you down, and you have to use the environment and the stealth in your advantage, but also it can be a disadvantage because if you step on a crack, like on a piece of glass, he will hear you, okay? And you really have to use it to your advantage. That was one of the best parts of the game, and probably one of the most smartest and probably one of the best boss fights I've ever played in my life. Though Last of Us barely even had any bosses, because I think that was like the only boss I think the entire game had. It's an amazing game. Just the single player campaign alone just makes it just worthwhile. Which can kind of say which could kind of you know say the same for like let's say Mass Effect or Far Cry 3. But like Far Cry 3, you're not even done with that yet. There there's a freaking multiplayer that I mentioned that where you either pick either as the hunters or the fireflies, and you have like your own camp. You start off with 5 survivors, and have to pick up a certain amount of supplies for each day. And with how many supplies you get and everything, you'll add more members. It's like a mobile game where it's really easy at first. Then it gets like harder and more complicated much later. And it's just so damn fun and addicting at the same time. And, I can definitely see why there's like over level 900 already in the game. And everything, like it's insane. I'm real like probably after this I'm gonna probably play some more multiplayer, and it's gonna be a fun ass experience. Now, multiplayer, I can't really say much about it. Not really, but the multiplayer is still damn fun, and that was basically that was like literally the first thing I did when I first got this game. That's how fun the damn multiplayer was. Now, I wish I could talk about the Left Behind DLC, but like Outlast Whistleblower, my Outlast Whistleblower review, it's gonna be the same thing. The Left Behind DLC will be its own review soon, uh, because I'm taking a break of The Last of Us for a bit. Though I'll still be playing the multiplayer, but I will get my hands on the Left Behind DLC soon, and hopefully do a review probably like in I don't know, I really don't know how long, because I got school, I got family business, really. Like I guess probably after this I gotta mow the damn yard, because it's pretty bad outside. I'm not kidding. It's really bad with the grass. Um, and I still got other games like Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm still gonna be reacting to more of that Ruby greatness. I got anime to watch, because I watch Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and it's funny but really damn good. And there's a lot. Now I'm thinking about doing a video about the hidden messages that it does like show that the real world actually has. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. Because it does show like lots of you know things that the real world actually does have. You know, and I'm actually glad that anime is doing that too, even though it's its own thing and fictional and everything. Um, and I'm freaking playing Rise. I'm gonna start playing freaking Darksiders 1. Uh, I need to finish with Dragon Age Inquisition, and Metal Gear Solid 5, and Skyrim, and Dragon Age Origins. I don't think I'm gonna beat Dragon Age Origins though, because that damn Broodmother boss, I was this damn close to killing her, but holy shit, she had another freaking horde. Like, I have to literally backtrack the shit out of the damn place and literally just get the hell out of there, do another thing, backtrack all the way back down there so I can kill her ass. Because I'm not doing that shit. Nope. That boss fight is brutal enough for me. But again, guys, that's it. Now, if I had to really give The Last of Us a rating, it'd be a 10 out of 10. I just have nothing else to say. There's nothing really wrong I can really say about the game. Now, there are puzzles that are really simple, like having Ellie go over this raft so she can get over there because she can't swim. Other different things, which can be a bit annoyance, but not that much. It's barely even hurting the game, really, if it's kind of annoying to you. To me, it kind of was, but I can totally understand why they did it. Giving the character a bit of a more, having what they like and everything, what they are like, I do love The Last of Us. It's easily a 10 out of 10 for me. One of the best games I played. I've been wanting to play this game for such a long time. And it definitely deserves the over 200 Game of the Year awards that it deserved. And since part 2 has been recently announced, I cannot wait to see on what Naughty Dog says at E3 this year, and it's good, and they do show off some gameplay or some shit. Yo, I'm reacting to that shit immediately on the day that releases in June. And be sure, and just let you know, Spring Break is coming this coming Friday. Be sure to check up on my channel because I'll be uploading the shit and working on a bunch of things and playing a shitload of my games and everything. And I promise you, during Spring Break, no more excuses. Borderlands 2 walkthrough in the motherfucking house. Okay? I'm just saying that because by Spring Break, there'll be no more excuses to delay the Borderlands 2 walkthrough. I'm gonna start doing that shit. I'm probably gonna play the shit out of it on my channel. Let's go. But again, this has been my Last of Us review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video if y'all enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below what y'all think. And if y'all new to the channel and want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Survivor out.